So again, what we're looking at now is the BSA R-10, which is this little beauty. It's a carbine rifle, so it's not full length, it's quite short. It does look quite chunky, however. It's got a built-in silencer there, but then there's a shroud here over the barrel, so it does thicken up the barrel somewhat, which keeps it quieter, but also does make a difference when you come to choosing a sight. That's a 40mm sight. A 50mm would have had to have higher posts here, but I don't like the idea. I like it quite compact. It has got quite a big air cylinder here, so it does make it quite chunky. The advantage of that is the 150 to 200 shots you might get off before you need to fill the gun. You fill it to 230 bar. Again, this is quite good because it does give you more to play with when you come to shooting. It is a regulated gun, so it is pretty consistent. Some guns you have a sweet spot of around about a certain pressure where you can get the best shots, the most accuracy, but this is quite consistent. The fill probe would go in here. I'll zoom that a bit closer to show you. The fill probe would go in there. You take out the blank and you can see there is a gauge, although I generally use the gauge on the bottle to fill it rather than the one on the guns. They're not as reliable. Okay. The stock is like a walnut looking wood. It's beautiful, so well made. It's got the BSA logo there, and the work here, the grip is really nicely done. Nice diamond pattern, beautifully done. It comes ready treated, although there's nothing wrong with putting your own linseed oil on. To remove the stock, to do the linseed oil, is so simple. It's just one hex bolt there. Take that off and the stock comes off. Again, as you can see there, that is the silencer part and then the shroud. You can actually take that off quite easily, and you can remove the shroud. So if you did want to put a massive sight on it, that is an option. It's a bolt action here, and that reloads after each shot. You can reload that after each shot. Now the danger with these is that you could put two in the barrel at once, so you have to make sure you know where you are with it. On the other side you've got the safety catch, so you've got F and S. S for safety, and F for fire. Okay, very simple, manually done. It doesn't automatically come on like some guns every time you shoot. The magazine for the pellets, so it goes in there. It's a 10-shot magazine. There isn't an option to do one shot at a time on this. And to remove the magazine, you have to pull the bolt back. Once the bolt is pulled back, you have to flick this switch here forwards, and then the magazine, if we get the thing popped, there you go, didn't have it pulled back far enough, the bolt, then it just pops out. That's the magazine. Takes 10 shots and you get a spare one with the gun. Quite reliable, not had anything stuck in it up to now. So put it back in, you pop it back in there, flick your switch back, and then put your bolt back in. The gun, like any modern gun these days, is totally recoil free. And if I just give you a demo of that now, I'll just let the I'll just dry fire it, and you'll see it doesn't jump about. There you go. Easy, really. The sight I've chosen for this is a Hawke. It has illuminated sight inside, so you've got your adjustment here for left and right, your height adjustment, so you got your windage there and your up and down there, and then on the other side of the Hawke you have this switch which lights up the reticle inside. This here is your, what you would call a focus wheel, most people would call it that. It's your parallax adjustment. If you look up on the web an explanation of parallax, and you'll find that that is the that's the wording that they use, and you'll see why. Basically that gives you a focus, and also it also gives you a distance as well. This sight itself has got built-in covers that lift up, one rear and one front. And this has got the sunshade fitted, which is all this part here, so it does look quite chunky and quite big. Okay. The R10s, the early ones, people did say that they had problems with the regulators on them. I've had no such problems with it, but they do reckon this this version of it, the R10 SE, is better than the older version. The beautiful rubber pad on the end here is adjustable. The cheek rest is beautiful as well, it's nicely polished wood. The trigger is adjustable. It's got various adjustments on it, I'm not sure what they all are actually. I know it twists around the trigger. I think it's got some tension adjustment as well. The gun does come ready with the mounting points for a strap, if you so wish to fit one. But yeah, I found it very accurate. If you put it on the bench and clamp it, sit it down on a proper V-block or whatever on a proper bench, you can put pellet on pellet with it. Like I say, there's a front view of that huge tank. I'm looking at the bore there, the huge air tank. But that is one beautiful gun. They retail around about £700, £750, something like that. Maybe getting on for 800. The sights will cost you more. This sight is a, I think it's a 9 to 14, no sorry, a 4 to 14 by 40 Hawke sight. That's about £400 for that. It's worth having a decent sight, but that is the BSA R-10 SE. It's a 0.177 this, by the way. Again, it's got a flatter trajectory. That some people like the 2.2 for the punching power. This has got the speed and the accuracy that I particularly wanted. One of the advantages of the bolt action here is it can be quite fast. If you're left-handed, this gun probably wouldn't feel as good. For right-handed shooters, it's great. But if you were to fire now and then very quickly bang, get your second one off, which means if you did go hunting for, say, a rat and your first shot didn't stop it in its tracks, you could very quickly get a second one off before it's hobbled away. But I mean, you should aim for a clean kill anyway. But yeah, you can get a second shot down range very, very quickly if you need to with that. So yeah, it does take a bit of getting used to. But yeah, absolutely beautiful gun. I did look at other guns, a lot more expensive, and you don't really gain much by spending £500–600 more. This is a good price, compact, it's easy to carry about, easy for quick turns in the woods, etc. Beautiful piece of kit. Any questions? Just ask.